Starting off the day, great gym session with my good mate Gabriel from Brazil. But today's an interesting day, and that's why I wanted to do a day in the life. It's a day of many talks about placements and study exchanges, as well as an exhibition where you can talk to the people who did this stuff last year. And for me, this is really important because throughout the first year, I was really set on a study exchange. I wanted to do a year abroad and study. But then in recent times, as I've thought about it a little bit more, I've become more tempted with the idea of a placement, and since then I've been debating the two ideas. And recently I came to the conclusion that yes, I do want to do a study abroad, but I also want to do a summer internship. So it's going to be important today and over the next week with the careers fair to make connections, find out as much as I can about what's happening in relation to the study exchange and the placements. But I'm going to stay open-minded. Look, if any good opportunities come up with a placement, anything that I really look at, I'm like, yes, that would be amazing to do that, then obviously I'm going to take that opportunity. Look, I don't know if you have different opinions about this, obviously put it in the comments, and a lot more people do a placement than a study exchange. But for me, a study exchange is something that I just see it as a once in a lifetime opportunity. I've always wanted to scratch that itch of living abroad, and if I can do that through studying, I feel like that's a great idea. But on the other side of this, work experience is just as important, which is why I was thinking about a summer internship, and then obviously doing both of them can kind of tackle both sides of it. The summer internship, well, that's all obviously about making connections, emailing people, and so on. Well, what am I looking at? Well, maybe something along the lines of government, whether that be domestic or international, economics as well. Not so much the financial system, although I would be interested. Maybe something more like economic policy, if that makes sense, how economics and politics relate. And obviously doing this stuff, I obviously have an interest in media, communication, journalism, especially through the Substack newsletter. It's really getting the time now to explore the avenues, start thinking about what connections do I want to make, where do I want to go, and to document that I think is going to be quite interesting. So that's what this day in the life is going to be. Right, so we've had the placement talk, the exhibition, and then after that, I went to the careers hub so I can have a small meeting with the people there and just to talk things through. I keep having this inner debate with myself, what is the right thing to do? And obviously I'm never going to actually know what would be the right, perfect thing to do for my career, for my life, for my experiences. But I'm pretty sure that I'm coming to the decision that I'm going to do the study abroad for the full year and then try and get a summer internship for the summer after or the summer before. I have a lot of time to get an internship for the summer before. If I can do both, then great. At 1 o'clock, which is in about 45 minutes, I have the study exchange talk, which obviously go into more depth about what I need to do as the application process, where I can go, although I think I already know that. I've already got some universities in mind. I've already researched most of that stuff, but now it's just looking at internships. What can I do? Where do I want to go? What businesses? What government? Do I want to go abroad? There's so many questions. But luckily at the Careers Hub with the drop-in session that I did, which I would recommend to any of you, by the way, even if you're a first year, it was very reassuring. They reassured that I've got a lot of time for a summer internship. Not that I should just, stop thinking about it, of course, but that I've got enough time to progress, and if I start working on things now, then I should be fine. I've also sorted out a CV meeting for next week, which is going to be important. For any first years, I'd recommend you get your CV done now. I'm not leaving mine late, but it's getting to crunch time and I'd rather have it done now. But that's it. Obviously, the rest of the day, getting back with the normal stuff. I've got some Peterson Academy to do. I want to work on some of the content in the economics of the financial system. That is basically going to be the rest of the day, but I think my decision is being made. All right. So I've come on my little walk, and although it may not be seen as time productive, I've said it before, I see it as incredibly valuable. And look, there's something I want to speak about on this little walk here, something I've been thinking about. Obviously, start of the second year, I didn't involve myself in the start of freshers, so as soon as I came here, I was basically straight into the lectures, which may have had an impact on why I'm thinking this way. Obviously, I'm used to the routine of university. I knew what to expect. I knew how I wanted to conduct this year, what I wanted to do with my days. And the days are going well, they're being really productive. I have the gym in the morning, studies during the day, and then in the evening I either do social with societies or I do further research in my own interests. And especially with these additional stresses of the placement and the study abroad and trying to work all that out with the summer internships as well, it's not easy, but I have to say I'm really enjoying it despite its difficulty. But the other thing I have to point out is that to me it is just going incredibly fast. The days are just flying and the days are packed, but they're going so quick. And I just can't believe it, really. I can't believe that it's already the end of the second week. It just feels too fast. But I am proud. I am proud because I'm in a really good routine. I'm in a really good space, despite the pace at which this year is going. And long may it continue. So I'm going to finish off this walk here, sitting here, chilling out, listening to a politics podcast, and then probably get back to some work when we get back. Right, so just finishing off a little bit of work there that I did, well, a tiny bit before dinner, and then finishing it off there. I can't say it was much. I am completely knackered from this week. Also spoke a little bit to family just now, and the plan for the rest of the night is to have a shower and work on the Substack. I want to make it a little bit more attractive. I want to see if I can start working on really trying to grow the Substack a little bit more. I really enjoy writing. I have to say I really do enjoy writing, and I feel like the Substack has a lot of value for me to look back on personally, and then obviously if it helps any of you, then fantastic. So please, in the description of this video, please sign up to the Substack. It says subscribe, but I promise you it is completely free. All of the stuff I write on there is completely free. It's called Learnings because the stuff I write about is everything that I've learned through my own experience or listening to podcasts or reading books, whatever. It's just my learnings that I want to share, and if it benefits you, then brilliant. But yeah, I guess I want to give it some sort of rebrand. I found out that I can modify my own Substack website a little bit to have it a bit more personalised. So I'm going to look into that, try and do that, and then I'll probably start writing the next article. And if any of you have done newsletters in the past, then please let me know any tips on growing a Substack. I really have no clue, and I'm also going to have a little look into that because I feel like with the size of the YouTube channel compared to the size of the Substack, not saying that the YouTube channel has any sort of significant size, but it's certainly a big difference. And I feel like it'd be nice to see the Substack get some more numbers. Anyway, it's been a very tiring day in the life, but it has certainly been a successful one. We have discovered the commitment of what I want to do. It will be the study year abroad and a summer internship. Now I know they're going to be hard to achieve. I don't know where that year abroad will be either. There's a difference between university-wide ones and school-wide ones. The school-wide ones I've heard are a bit easier, so in that area I could be applying to 3 different ones, mainly in Europe, but there is some outside of Europe that I may consider. And then the university-wide ones include places like Australia, which I would love to travel to, or even Japan, but they are a lot more competitive and they have a higher requirement of marks, and I've heard it's not usual for IRPH, International Relations, Politics and History, school students to get through because our marks are usually lower due to the different style of exams in the first year. Not to say that it's impossible, so obviously I'm still going to attempt. I'm going to attempt at both, and then wherever I end up is where I end up. The places I'm looking at, I'd be happy at any of them and try and make the best of my opportunity. But that's all. If any of you have any questions about placements or year abroads or whatever, then please put them in the comments. I'm not sure if I'll be able to answer all of them, but I'll answer the best I can. As always, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for all of those who come up and say hello to me in real life. And just one more message before we go. I said in the last video that I'm going to do a weekly vlog where I vlog every day and then put it into a weekly vlog. That's not going to happen. I prefer the style of the one-day videos. I feel like I can get a bit more of a different type of video each time I do one day, whereas the weekly vlogs are just a repetitive system, as my days are pretty repetitive, and I'd rather them be a little bit more entertaining and a bit more different each time. So it is going to be days in the life every now and then, and that would be relatively consistently, I hope. But yes, all of you have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.